Hey guys, what is going on? This is External Shockwave. Welcome to the TAP Podcast, TAP Podcast, episode number 4, as we have a few good topics here for you today. And one of the topics is actually chosen by you, the fans, the subscribers who agreed. So let's get this started. How did we start watching wrestling? Our NXT TakeOver Toronto, Fallout, and our WWE Survivor Series predictions.
Which one's first?
How do we start watching wrestling?
Okay, how do we start watching wrestling? Well, I started watching wrestling because my brother actually was a big fan of wrestling before I even was. So he was a lot older than me. So at the time I was smaller. I was like, what, 4, I think? Like, something like that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Like, around 4 years old. And the first match that I ever saw was the Shawn Michaels versus Triple H.
Terrible choice.
How was that a terrible? It just came on, and I just enjoyed it, and I don't know, I just liked it.
Guys, 2006, my very first match was just like way better. I mean, come on, watching my very first
His
match.
first match was horrible that he ever watched.
John Cena versus Umaga. I mean, come on. What do you mean? Unfortunately, that was my first match.
Oh wait, actually that match? No, that match happened in 2002. Because I remember it was SummerSlam, and
Yes.
they were fighting. Shawn was fighting in jeans, and I hated it. I remember now. Okay.
I loved it. That
It
man.
was in 2002 SummerSlam. Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. That's what happened. There it is.
Well, yep. I saw Cena versus Umaga first match on Raw in 2006 as a little boy, impressed by John Cena's strength. Became a Cena fan. Now I hate the man. And
I would have been a fan of Shawn Michaels.
What?
All the time.
This
Ever
isn't
since that day.
this isn't about you, dude. What?
I mean, I'm the co-host of the podcast. I don't know what.
You know this guy. Anyways,
Whoever came up with the idea should be the host. I don't even know who did. Forgot.
I don't. It was me. Oh.
Probably not. But anyway,
Excuse me.
Let's continue.
All right. Well, that's how I started watching wrestling, and yeah, there's not much to say about that. But that was a great topic to you guys brung up to give to us. But the next topic, NXT TakeOver Toronto Fallout, and last night was yet again another successful NXT TakeOver special on the network.
Forever 3 out of 5 matches correct. That happens every wrestling pay-per-view. 3 out of 5.
Of course.
Every time, no matter what. We always get like 2 matches wrong all the time, like no matter what. So let's start off with the opener, which was Dillinger versus Rude.
That was
Rude
glorious.
I have to admit, it was a very good match. I don't know.
Dillinger should have won.
Dillinger should have won because, Bobby Roode has all the momentum in the world while Ty Dillinger has been losing and losing and losing. He can't be like another Tyler Breeze because if you're going to send him to the main roster, send them off in like a big way. Why they always have to lose before going to the main roster? Like Finn Balor, like Sami Zayn.
Get that standing ovation.
Bailey, like no, they should. Some should, some shouldn't win. It's like that. That's how I see it. And Dillinger kind of needed the win more than Rude there, but
yeah,
it's whatever. Rude won. It was a good match. What do you think?
Yeah, it was a great match. It was weird. I was expecting the crowd to actually literally lose their minds. To me, they were the best, and the match of the night. The best. Excuse me. The best match of the night was DIY versus Revival for the NXT Tag Titles. The crowd.
Paul Ellering in the cage.
Paul Ellering. No, I love that the Authors of Pain won. Thank God.
Yeah, I was hoping they'd win too, because Team 61, they're not
it is a little bit more work. If they would have won the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, it would have been sort of a step up, but not really everything they needed, in my opinion, because they still need something else in NXT. But DIY versus a rival, like I said, the crowd was super, like, just electric for that match, and I was expecting them to be that way for Bobby Roode versus Ty Dillinger, and it really wasn't too much like that, but anyways, it is what it is.
Yeah, I knew from the beginning DIY was going to win.
Oh, the boys. Those are my boys. Of course, former APW World Tag Team Champions, but it's not about that.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not about that in this podcast. But Johnny Wrestling chants. Johnny Gargano is apparently over as hell with the crowd. Poor Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, Ciampa is like the... I don't know. He's
He's the underrated Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
Jeff Hardy, everybody loves. Matt Hardy's good, but nobody really cares about him. That's
he's like the Matt Hardy to his Jeff Hardy, basically.
Yeah, that's what it is. But congratulations to DIY, I marked out. But whatever. Then Asuka versus the returning Mickie James. Whew, for the NXT Women's Championship. That was a pretty great match, and hopefully, judging by the ending, Mickie James offered to shake Asuka's hand. Asuka just raised the title in front of her face and just walked out that ring like she didn't give a damn.
All the Japan wrestlers don't give a damn, I'm telling you.
They don't, and please, a rematch. I'd like to see a rematch. I mean, based off that ending, you cannot just leave me with no handshake and Asuka's going to face on against somebody else. You can't do that to me.
I don't see Asuka facing anybody else. I see Asuka facing Mickie one more time, and then while they're
hopefully
feuding again,
Ember Moon.
Then they're probably gonna build up Ember Moon, or maybe another woman. You never know, but that's how I feel it's gonna look like from here till then.
And the shocker of the night, I was shocked, but I liked the outcome. Samoa Joe, the first ever two-time NXT champion in NXT history, defeating Shinsuke Nakamura in Toronto last night.
Man, I was upset. And I'll tell you why. Because you're going to have Joe become a two-time NXT champion. I mean, don't hate on me, but
hate on
I don't know. Joe's a pretty good wrestler. I'll give him that. But Shinsuke losing already, think about it. Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay, you built this guy up as a dominant force. He was a dominant force in Japan, everywhere. He's a transitional champion now. So that's how I'm looking at it, and I don't really like it.
Just get ready for a third match, and I don't see them playing hot potato with this one.
No, they're not gonna. Joe's probably gonna retain, and then the boy Bobby.
The boy Bobby.
I know we call everybody on this podcast the boy, but you know.
But the original boy will always be hashtag the boy Nice.
The boy Nice. I'm telling you, NXT signed him to NXT champion. I'm telling you, it's gonna be over.
Yep.
The hype train.
Man's got
the boy Nice's reign.
Man's got
dethroning Samoa Joe. I'm telling you.
Hey, speaking about the hype train, the Hype Bros are involved in that Survivor Series tag team matchup with SmackDown, but I guess we could start talking.
With Hype Bros.
We
I'm
could
not
start.
hype for them.
You don't. It's because you don't get hype. You have to stay hyped. All right. Now, anyways, the WWE Survivor Series predictions we have for you all here.
Let me pull up the matches, because oh my god, there's a whole lot of matches. Jesus. Wait, where are the matches? Why are they doing this to me right now? Oh, results. I have to go to results, apparently. We don't know the kickoff as of yet, because nothing has been announced. So, we're just gonna go. I'm not gonna go straight to the main event. I don't think we want to do that. Let's go with the least important match of the show: the Brian Kendrick versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight Championship. If Kalisto wins the title and the Cruiserweight division will transfer to SmackDown Live.
Let's go with the boy Kalisto. No. I want the Brian Kendrick to win because he's the Brian Kendrick. And, I mean, his whole, how can I say, his whole gimmick from coming back after years of not being in WWE, obviously he fell down the deep end or whatever it may be, and he finally won the championship from TJP. How is that going to look if he loses to Kalisto? Like, this was everything the Brian Kendrick wanted since coming back to the WWE, getting his opportunity, and you're going to make him lose to Kalisto. Please, to God, please make that not happen.
I agree, but look, the Cruiserweight division, as we talked about in podcast before, which you guys should watch that, the Cruiserweight division's not so hot as it used to be. It's not that hot anymore. The fans are not even cheering. They're not even having a reaction.
Yep.
Maybe a oh now and then, like a...
Oh, wow. Springboard maneuver.
And thinking that and taking that in mind, I feel like they want to transfer that Cruiserweight division to a smaller brand so that they can get more of a reaction, so they can feel more important. So,
yep.
Being said, I don't want to say Kalisto's going to win. I really don't, but I'm predicting this. I'm predicting Kendrick is going to win, okay? But my gut instinct tells me that Kalisto is probably going to win. But I'm going with Brian Kendrick.
Yeah.
Like you said,
he
just won it.
And
but that doesn't mean anything, as we saw with Nakamura and Sasha Banks.
Oh, my God.
But...
Yep.
It's a pretty difficult one to predict, really,
plus,
because it's really unexpected. You don't know what's going to happen.
Plus,
Brian Kendrick is getting old, so that's another factor too. I don't want to see the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown.
On top of that, the 205 Live, the show that will be premiering on the network. If you watch Takeover Toronto, it said a week from Tuesday, so not this upcoming week. Next week, they will start 205 Live. It's going to be taped after SmackDown Live. It's going to be taped episodes, so I mean, it kind of would make sense.
Taped after SmackDown Live. Do you hear that? That kind of means that they're going to SmackDown Live.
Yep. That means pretty much Kalisto's winning tonight. I mean, it doesn't necessarily
should we
mean...
change our pick to Kalisto?
It doesn't necessarily mean Kalisto's going to win, but, I mean, it kind of makes sense that the Cruiserweight division goes to SmackDown, so they could immediately do this 205 Live. Like, it's weird.
Man,
although it is taped.
It's a hard one to do. It really is.
Although 205 Live is taped, so does it matter, though? Just messed with your brains, but...
I'm sticking with Brian Kendrick.
Brian Kendrick.
Oh, wait, I just got reminded of something. Baron Corbin still has to feud with Kalisto. How is that going to look if Baron Corbin can't lose like 100 pounds and face Kalisto for the championship? There's no way.
Yeah, there goes.
That's another thing. There you go. So Brian Kendrick,
Kendrick wins. That's it. Point blank.
Pros and cons, man. It's like pros and cons. But the Brian Kendrick, I feel, is going to win.
All right,
next match. Another one that's hard to predict. The Miz and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Champion. If Zayn wins, the title will transfer to Raw.
Let's take a moment and the Miz versus Zayn, not Ziggler versus Zayn, because the Miz became a 6-time Intercontinental Champion this past Tuesday. Why? I have no idea. But here's
I
what
felt like Ziggler versus Zayn would have been a better match. Not saying Miz sucks, but, I don't know, I kind of like Ziggler.
Yeah. That probably would have been a better match, but it is what it is. But The Miz versus Sami Zayn. Okay, this is kind of like Kendrick. and Kalisto. I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn because he's Sami Zayn. He's the B plus to Kevin Owens, and I mean, Sami needs some time to shine. The Intercontinental Championship could do him some justice, but then again, what minor championship will the SmackDown Live roster fight over if there's nothing at all? They all cannot cut down and fight over the Cruiserweight title, so I'm going with The Miz.
Yeah, the United States champion is not going to transfer anytime soon because it's held by Roman Reigns, so they're not going to do any of that. So
next match?
It's very hard. Sami Zayn needs that spotlight. He needs to shine. He's Sami Zayn, He needs something to make him relevant. And I think, like I said, it would have been better if Ziggler were to face Zayn and Zayn would have won, so that way Miz doesn't just beat Ziggler and then lose to Zayn on the next couple days. But I'm going with The Miz.
Yep, me too. What's our next match on the card?
Oh boy, this is a big one. The Team Raw versus SmackDown Live 10-on-10 traditional Survivor Series tag team elimination match. All the tag teams are in this. Hooray!
I'm gonna go with not that this really matters, in my opinion. I really don't care about this. I'm gonna just go with, for the sake of it, Team Raw.
No. I already made my predictions before all of this. I've been thinking about it so hard, and this is my plan, right? This is my first plan. This is phase number 1 right here. SmackDown Live is going to win the tag team. You know why? I'll tell you why later. But they need to establish their tag team division. You see Team Raw, they have the New Day, the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. You got Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, the club, the boys, for a long time now, Sheamus and Cesaro. We're going to skip that team. Enzo Amore, big cast, big NXT talent. People love them. They're over so much. And Shining Stars, which is also irrelevant. But, you see SmackDown side, Heath Slater and Rhino. The Hype Bros. American Alpha, which is a good team. Very good team. The Usos, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango. I feel the only team good in SmackDown Live is American Alpha. And I feel like the tag team division really needs to be revitalized for their brand, because it's really bad out there in SmackDown Live for the tag teams, I'll tell you that.
Things aren't looking good out there for them.
Nope. Not at all.
So
SmackDown Live for tag teams. So Raw is going to be 0, SmackDown Live 1.
He's going with Team SmackDown Live. I'm going with Team Raw. It is what it is. Next match, and be sure to tell us your comments, your thoughts, and your predictions below. Also,
tell us who's gonna win the matches. I'm curious.
Yep.
The next match, we got another Team Raw versus Team SmackDown Live. We got the 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match with the woman.
And again, I'm going with Team Raw. I would want the SmackDown Live woman to win, but that's not going to happen. I don't think so.
I'm telling you one thing. This works like 2 out of 3 falls. One person gets the first fall, then the other person gets the second fall, and then the third fall goes to somebody, and they finally win.
Yep.
They can't just, top them 2-0, because then they automatically win. So what's the point of having the last match?
Yep.
So they have to make it interesting for us. They have to make us, kind of like standing off the edge of our seats, whatever, So I'm going with Team Raw because Charlotte has that undefeated pay-per-view reign. If you think about it, if she loses by count out or she gets disqualified, it's still a loss. Even if it's for the team, let's say if Sasha is the only woman standing, she gets pinned, then technically that's a loss for all of them. So Charlotte's going to have that loss unless she makes an excuse.
Yeah, and Sasha pointed out on Raw that if she lost or Team Raw loses entirely, that she'll blame it all on Charlotte. So, again, therefore, the loss, Charlotte will be involved. And that just can't happen.
Team Raw is going to win.
For the one.
Let's go backtrack for a second. Who do you think is going to be the for the 10-on-10, the sole survivor for the team?
I feel like it's probably going to be between I say for like Team Raw, what happened on Monday, it's going to be New Day and the club, and they're just going to not coexist at all. One of the teams will get eliminated, most likely the club.
I agree with that. And SmackDown, I was thinking Heath Slater and Rhino.
Yep.
And
they're
American Alpha.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, those are the. I would think both of those teams, well, all four of those teams are very good. So
Yep.
they should be the last people standing. And like you said, Team Raw, I was thinking Charlotte and Sasha to further their feud. Even though people don't want to see it no more, that's how it's going to go.
I don't, and they're two of my favorites, but whatever.
And Team SmackDown Live, I would say Becky.
I'm gonna go with Becky and not Alexa. I'm gonna go with Becky and probably like Nikki or Carmella or something like that. I feel like that's how they're
they
gonna
wouldn't
go.
copy Team Raw's idea, really. They would not do that.
I feel like
So-
Alexa's gonna get eliminated. Blame
I'm
Becky for
I'm
it?
thinking
I don't know.
Becky and
I say Becky and Nikki due to Nikki being the captain, even though she isn't the champion. She probably will stay to the end.
she will. But yeah, definitely. I was thinking Becky and Nikki because I was thinking about Carmella, but then I'm like,
Yeah, she'll
don't
probably
sound
get it.
right.
She'll probably get
Don't sound
eliminated.
right. All right, now we get to the 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match for the men. Okay.
Okay.
Before we get into this, I have a huge complaint. Why did they take out Corbin?
Why did they take out Baron Corbin?
And I read something about this, and they were like, he's not that interesting to be in this match. People are not going to care if he's in this match. People are going to think that SmackDown doesn't stand a chance with Corbin on their team. I'm like, are you serious? So you're just going to replace him with Shane?
Shane O'Mac, baby.
Baron Corbin is much younger than Shane. How? I would buy the idea that Baron is in the team, but you can't tell me Shane McMahon is going to replace him. That puts in my head that we're going to lose Team SmackDown Live if Shane O'Mac's on our team. Like, you can't do that.
Well,
But whatever. I mean,
well,
like I said, Corbin's going to feud with Kalisto. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know what happened to him in Swagger, but whatever. But this man, I'm telling you, he needs a minor championship to go after, or like a
ASAP.
world championship at least. 'Cause
ASAP.
Corbin, what does the Under the Giant Memorial Battle Royal really get you? It doesn't give you. You should win and get a title shot. No, you just win a dumb statue.
Excuse me, if it's not a dumb statue, it's Andre the Giant. But the purpose of the match is really pointless.
It is the point. That's the meaning of the match. Pointless. Nothing. Nothing at all.
But going
let's
into
see.
the prediction, I would say, and I'm Team Raw all across the board. It's actually weird, but I am. Well, actually, here's the thing: as all the other matches,
it's not gonna go that way. Trust me.
it's all the other matches. I'm not Team Raw across the board because I think they're gonna win every one. No, I want Team SmackDown Live to obviously win, but some things I just feel like it's not gonna happen the way it does because it's WWE and we always get screwed over and fantasy booking never works. So for this, of course, I'm gonna go with Team Raw. I'm not gonna go with Team SmackDown Live.
This is like your fantasy booking. You book a Raw to win every damn elimination match. Like, you can't.
Exactly.
If they're 2-0,
Trust me.
then you want us to like turn off the TV? Like, oh, the last
Raw.
match is pointless.
Raw's the dominant
you wanna-
brand. They have to show that.
You want them to be 1-1, and then in the main event, somebody has to win. Like, you can't have it 2-0, or else it's an obvious win.
Listen,
no
the SmackDown Live teams suck completely. The only good team is American Alpha. So, seeing Team SmackDown Live win,
that's how you establish a division in there.
they're gonna get the win, and we're just gonna go back to seeing Rhino and Heath Slater be on top and face another pointless tag team. So, in my opinion, like I even said for that match, as you heard earlier, I don't care about that 10-man tag. I was just going Raw just because, but it is what it is. But Team Raw, with this 5-on-5 Survivor Series tradition elimination tag match, I'm going with Team Raw. SmackDown Live is going to lose, not only because I mean Shane McMahon on the team and all, but think about it this way: it's Kevin Owens and AJ Styles are also involved, and they touched up on the point on Raw that whichever wins, it'll prove like what's more dominant, the World Heavyweight Championship or the Universal. The Universal Championship was just like presented to the WWE Universe, and to have like that, it's basically a part of the new era. So if you have Team Raw lose and Kevin Owens being Universal Champion,
it doesn't matter about the belt. It matters on the person that holds it. I don't think Raw losing is going to hurt him in any way. If anything, if Raw wins, it's going to hurt SmackDown, because SmackDown has been looked down upon as a small brand. Even though AJ Styles is their champion, even though The Miz is their champion, Rhino, Heath Slater, Becky Lynch, but you have to look at it this way. SmackDown really needs something. Okay, you can say not many people watch SmackDown as they do Raw, because Raw is the flagship show. You know, they really don't watch SmackDown that much. So you have to give it a SmackDown. I think SmackDown Live is going to win the tag match, not the women's. So tag is going to be SmackDown. Women's, Raw, and then the Superstars, it is SmackDown. So SmackDown's going to win.
I have no idea, but knowing Vince McMahon, I don't feel like he's going to go with Team SmackDown Live. Plus The Undertaker.
Bragging rights for like so many years and like other stuff.
SmackDown always won bragging rights and stuff like that. So
yeah, but who really cares?
You do really. Team Raw, I mean,
I don't take that into consideration, because that's not what's happening now. Okay?
That was the old era.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, coming on to the main event, you saw how Goldberg beat Brock Lesnar like years ago? That really kind of doesn't matter.
That match, no. Brock Lesnar's going to win. That's it.
I know Brock Lesnar's going to win, but hear me out first.
The boy Lesnar.
If Goldberg wins, like, so what? Like, that happened years ago, he can do it again. Like, it's not what's happening now. To me, like, bragging rights before, alright, that's what happened in the past. Those are different superstars. This is new now. This is different. So, it doesn't matter if either brand wins. It's something else.
Well, knowing Vincent Kennedy McMahon and his booking for many, many years, I feel like Lesnar is going to win, and Team Raw is going to win as well. For some weird reason, maybe off of something dirty, but maybe Triple H interferes, setting up the Royal Rumble for Triple H and Seth. I don't know, but most likely, I don't know. All these predictions are varied. Of course, there's going to be many back and forths for this pay-per-view and predictions.
Yeah, we already predicted the Brock and Goldberg match. Brock is going to win. We already said, you know, he needs. Well, WWE feels like he needs a big win for some odd reason to send Goldberg off packing, losing
to the Hall of Fame,
because you know he hasn't conquered Goldberg yet. So he wants. I guess they want him to conquer everybody that he lost to for some reason. Like, if that's important, losses and wins and all that, but Brock is gonna win. If Goldberg wins, I'll be shocked, you know? Which I don't think is gonna happen, but they do this every year. Not every year, but, like, I would say, kind of like a joke. Do you think anybody's gonna be eliminated, like, in, like, 5 seconds at the start of the match?
Yeah, it always happens, but, we'll have to see. Survivor Series coming up in just a few minutes at the top of the hour. 7 o'clock for Survivor Series. Also, speaking of Universe Mode earlier, this is not mine, but go watch CJM and Pure Wrestling and get ready for his next pay-per-view, Chris Gamer 1025's next pay-per-view, Hardcore Justice. It is not named by another company's pay-per-view because this is my first time hearing it, but it's your first time because he created it. No other company has made a pay-per-view named Hardcore Justice, not that I know of.
Not at all.
Not at all. Just like APW Sacrifice that was on today. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed TAP Podcast, TAP Podcast Episode 4, make sure to leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't to both our channels, and follow us on social media. The links will be in the description. Survivor Series coming up in just a few minutes. We'll see you next week for the TAP Podcast.